Deep breath in. Brothers and sisters, I mentioned something about an apocalyptic event coming, and I'm here to explain to you why there's an apocalyptic event coming. And, well, it's definitely coming. If you know the time, I'm going to tell you the time. It's definitely coming. But the big question is, why is it coming, okay? Now, I need to explain something. Everybody and their mom is in debt right now with the federal government. Not the federal government. The Federal Reserve Bank, which is not owned by the government. So, this is a big problem when everybody owes money to this big Federal Reserve, and I always talk about this big bubble that can't be filled because they don't put enough money in circulation. So what's the solution to this? Bankruptcy. Filing bankruptcy would be the only solution to this. So if you don't know this, I'm not even completely sure. I don't think anybody really knows how much debt America is in with the world. There's only one way to solve this problem. Hey, I'm just saying. So if now, I have a whole theory on this, as a matter of fact. I just don't think, it's not to be blamed on the government. I don't see how you can blame it on the government, but I do see how the government probably doesn't want everybody to acknowledge what's going on first. So if you're seeing this, congratulations. Because they don't want to cause mass hysteria, and that's, I completely understand, but they also probably don't want people not knowing what potentially could happen. So trickle down a little bit of truth at a time. So recognize that a couple years ago I went to a bank and I'm like, this is really weird. How come there's only 2 bank tellers here? Okay, well, I went to the bank this morning to put in a check, and the bank was barely open and there wasn't anybody there. So if you don't know this, the Federal Reserve is an outsourced, and they're printing mad money every day. So it's just ridiculous at this point, and the only way to get out of debt is through bankruptcy sometimes. So that's the reason why, well, in the Bible it says something about every 7 years you're relieved of your debt. I don't know too much about it, but I noticed that every 7 years the stock market's almost manipulated, and they were actually predicting for another stock market crash after the one, I believe, in 2000, I think it was 8 or something. Well, we're long overdue for that, so I'm only stating obvious here. The bank will only give you $200,000, and that's probably not even true anymore, but $200,000 of the money you have in there, if you have more than $200,000, that's all you're going to get back. So if it's going to happen on a Friday, and what's going to happen exactly is this, because I've studied this for a long time. 6 years ago, my greatest concern, I was freaked out. I was pretty damn sure that the dollar was going to collapse, and I was freaked out because I keep having these reoccurring dreams that something's going to come, and I had it last night again. So, and what I saw was basically a drop in the system. So how would it happen? The banks would shut down on a Friday, and they would say, well, you can't get any money out, and then come Monday they're not going to open back up. So if you want to know what's going to happen, that's very well could potentially happen. And when they don't open back up, you're not going to get your money back, and it's just going to be chaos. And that's the reason why I mentioned something about a doomsday event coming. That's the reason why I'm suggesting start growing your own food, man. Well, this is only, I don't know. This is what I acknowledge and what I observed over the years, because this has been a great concern of mine. So recognize that, again, I keep saying this, that we're in a very serious time. Wake up, my children. So the only way to get out of debt is by going into bankruptcy. So hello, wake up. Peace be with you, also with you. Thanks, praises to God. Thanks, praise to the universe. Thanks, praises to everybody. Wake up. Doomsday is coming, probably.